Hi, I'm Annie. Welcome to CNN News. Here to talk to you about the background
All the way to this
information
point right
on the
here.
Korean War issue.
Hi, thank you for the introduction, Annie. I'm here tonight with the Korean War background information. In regards to the Second World War, America and their allies had settled the uprisings that compromised freedom. But another controversy that occurred when Democrats and Communists began quarreling. America's beloved democracy and the strict ideology of communism still continued to butt heads. All throughout the Cold War, America's President Truman strived to contain communism, which was seen throughout many events such as the Berlin Airlift. Communism was and continues to be seen as a constant threat to America and its government. McCarthyism was the act of denouncing actors, directors, senators, and other government officials as communists. When the Cold War was brought to an end, not only was peace restored, but these spurious outbursts were put to an end. Even with peace restored, the battling between communism and democracy still remained.
Thank you, Shannon, for that. Now to Abby and Zinnia on how the war began and the end result.
Thank you, Annie, for that introduction. Now, the tensions between South Korea and North Korea were growing. North Korea wanted to spread communism down to South Korea. The UN and America didn't want that to happen, so they took action and placed themselves in South Korea to contain communism. On June 25, 1950, the North Korean People's Army had about 75,000 soldiers line up along the 38th parallel. Soon after that, these soldiers invaded South Korea along the 38th parallel. This was the start of the Korean War.
And all of that led to the end results of the war. After 3 years of a bloody and frustrating war, the United States, the People's Republic of China, North Korea, and South Korea agreed to the Armistice Agreement, which was a treaty bringing the Korean War to an end. Peace was restored, however. The war left both North Korea and South Korea in ruins, and there were many deaths. As a result, the Korean Demilitarized Zone was put in place, which is a strip of land running across the Korean peninsula that serves as a barrier zone between North and South Korea. This is a border barrier which runs in the 38th parallel north. Overall, a good result that came out of this long, bloody war was that communism was contained, because it did not spread any further than the 38th parallel.
And now, back to Annie. I'm back. Now, important news relating to the military world. As U.S. and United Nations forces reached a turning point in the battle in Korea, General MacArthur fought hard to gain a policy of pushing into North Korea to completely defeat the communist forces. MacArthur met with Truman and told him that their chances of making a truce with China was unlikely. Then, in 1950, 75,000 Chinese troops crossed into North Korea and flung themselves against the American lines, driving the U.S. troops back into South Korea. General MacArthur then asked Truman for permission to bomb communist China and use nationalist Chinese forces from Taiwan against the People's Republics of China. Truman refused his suggestion, which led to a public argument between them. This was the beginning of their feud. President Truman then fired MacArthur and had him replaced. He did this to prevent a Third World War and provided security to his country and people. General MacArthur returned to the U.S. and said a famous quote stating that old soldiers never die, they just fade away. And he soon did end up fading away. Many Americans were against Truman's actions, but the president still managed to stick to his decision without regret or any apologies. He would do the same thing all again if he was given the chance to. Thank you for watching.